Hey, I'm ZSH Blaze. Welcome to the new Planet Zoo Tropical Pack. In this video, I'm going to show you all the... Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you all the new pieces and animals in the new Tropical Pack, along with the surprising amount of new pieces and plants in Update 1.13. Thank you so much to Frontier for sending it to me. Let's take a look. So first up, I've got to say that the free Update 1.13 that comes with the Tropical Pack is really good. There is a lot of stuff in it. I think there's more pieces than I've ever seen in a free update. And you're looking at one of the new features here, which is the null paths. These are really cool. These guys are just apparently stood on the beach. There's actually a path running around here, and it's completely invisible, which is going to be really, really useful for building with. So let's take a look at all the new pieces in the free update, and there is quite a few. We'll start with the foliage. We've got a Cecropia tree sapling. Really useful for tropical houses because it looks cool and it's not too tall, and you can shrink it down as well if you need to, so it'll fit in pretty much anywhere and look good. And then we've got these Kentia palms. They come in loads of different sizes and they look so good. This is absolutely perfect for tropical houses, whether you want an impressive one like that or you can just have these sort of poking through everywhere. I've used these a lot in my tropical house build that I've just completed. We've got these vine pieces, which again are great for columns and just making builds look more interesting. We've got loads of different shapes, some big curved ones, big straight ones. We've got this arch here, and we've got some smaller pieces that are really useful as well. So whatever scale you're building with, you're going to be able to use these. These are all sat on the brand new path, which I love. It's really unique, and the grass that comes through this concrete looks really cool. I think this would be great for car parks and things like that, as well as using in the zoo. We've got two new rope pieces. At last, we have normal looking rope that is completely flexicolor, so you can do whatever you like with it. Those are really nice. I like that they're small, so even though they're straight, this one's so small you can easily make a nice curve with it, etc. We have this rather random piece, a tall candle. I remember they added a small candle, I think it was in the Twilight pack or the Europe pack. Now we've got a tall one as well. We've got a bicycle wheel, which will be cool for making your own. I think Frontier used it to make a, I can't remember what it's called, is it like a rickshaw or something like that in one of the screenshots, but that's useful. And then we've got another wagon wheel as well here. And finally, we've got this leaf litter, which is amazing. I was really excited when they added leaf litter into the Twilight pack, and then very disappointed when I discovered it was orange and you could basically only use it for sort of autumnal northern hemisphere builds. This stuff isn't flexicolor either, but the way that the leaves are all sorts of different colors of dead leaves means I've just used this in a tropical house. It looks amazing. You can use this in a zoo set in England. You can pretty much do whatever you like with it. It's really good. There's also the animal sociability, which is really useful. It means we can finally start having habitats with more animals in franchise mode and things like that once you've bred them. So that's really useful, especially for stuff like Cuvier's dwarf caiman and things like that, if you want more animals in your habitat. We've got the multi-axis move tool, which I've got to be honest has been driving me insane for the past week because I keep clicking on it by accident. But once you get used to it, I think this is going to be really useful. If you ever need to make fine adjustments, instead of having to go like this all the time to get it to where you want, you just click in the middle and you can move it exactly where you want that way, or you can move it up and down as well. You can also toggle climbable assets on and off, like this construction piece. You can decide whether you want animals to be able to climb it or not. And that even works for the actual climbable items in the habitat menu as well, which means you can finally make wooden fences for animals that can climb without them escaping the habitat instantly. And yeah, that's everything that I found so far in the free update. We don't get the patch notes when we get early access, so there may be even more stuff than this that I haven't seen. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. Let's move on to the tropical pack itself. So first thing I'm going to talk about is the new pieces, and oh my god, they are absolutely amazing. This is my favorite building set for a very long time. Indonesian themed, around temples. The detail on these pieces is amazing. But what I really, really love about them, if we just take a look at this, these are all just blueprints. These are the Frontier's normal blueprints. I just stuck a few of them together. Haven't done any building here at all. And it already just looks amazing. Any sort of Indonesian, Malayan, island sort of build that you want to do, you are not going to have to do very much work at all to make things look amazing. And if you do want to do some work, I have even better news for you. If we take a look at these pieces, let's choose this mossy stone block, for instance. They are completely flexicolor. The stone itself has two colors, which means you can get really, really precise with the color that you want. And then the moss is a separate color, which means not only can you choose what color the moss is, you can get rid of it completely if you want a more modern look. And it's just absolutely amazing. I've just finished building a tropical house, a sort of early 20th century style tropical house with this stuff. I built the entire thing using the new Indonesian pieces, and if I may say so myself, it looks really good, and it doesn't look Indonesian in the slightest. You just play around with these, you get some really interesting tones, much lighter stone color than default, and you can just get rid of the moss if you don't like it. And there you go, you've got a beautiful stone piece. The statues are very specific looking, very Indonesian, but they're all separate pieces. You can see that looking very good on an old reptile house. These snake statues as well are going to be really useful. There's those palms again, you can see how good they look. This I think will get a lot of use. We've got these little incense burners, that's a really nice touch. New lamps. All of this wood comes in two variants, the gold sort of painted version here, and then versions which are painted brightly coloured rather than gold, which is again is completely flexicolour. So that's really useful. New path again, really liking that. And there's just so much. Again, these are just tiny little pieces. This pack is a builder's dream. There's the new vines. You can see what you can do with those and some of the new plants coming out there. We'll take a look at the plants in more detail in a second. But yeah, all just looks absolutely amazing. Such a good building pack. We got some new facilities as well. So new benches, new picnic table, some really nice new bins that look great in a themed area. And then if we head on up here, here's some more of the plants from the tropical pack. So these vines are great. You can pretty much put them anywhere and they look good. Just adds a bit of variety and interest to builds. And then up here we've got some of the new epiphytes in the game. We've got Attenborough's pitcher plant. I think this is the biggest of the pitcher plants. It is pretty substantial, so it'll definitely stand out. You can use them without the pitcher as well if you want more of a sort of generic epiphyte look. And then these basket ferns are absolutely gorgeous. Just really allows you to create something that we've never seen before in Planet Zoo. Big fan of those. So as well as the temple pieces, we've got this new building set as well, which is completely flexicolour. Bricks, and again, you can go with a sort of mossy look to them, more of a traditional brick wall, or you can do something a bit more interesting with the colours. Really useful set this. I can see this getting a lot of use. And then there are absolutely loads of miscellaneous pieces, way more than I'm showing here. I'm just showing the best of each sort of type. We've got these bark pieces, which are great for sort of modernising buildings. If you've got an old building and then you want to place these over the top in the way that zoos theme their buildings now. You've got these bamboo panels, a little drum. This drapery set, again flexicolour. I can see some amazing builds being done with this. I haven't done anything with it myself yet, but I can think of some builders who are going to have a lot of fun with this straight away. Got some little details for doors here. Some random panels, a little trellis. A new fence set, which is really nice, and again flexicolour. Can see that getting a lot of use. Some random jank, which is always appreciated. I really like these bits of cardboard with the ties around them. And finally, a good cardboard box. We've needed that for a long time. Loads more wood pieces, again flexicolour, and again slightly weathered, which is always good. We've got these pots. And yeah, all in all, pretty amazing in terms of pieces. Let's check out the animals. So you've seen the Lar Gibbons already at the start of the video. They are really cool. The next animal to look at is the Fossa. This is absolutely unique, this animal. It looks like a cat crossed with a weasel. It's neither. Absolutely amazing Madagascan animal, and the model is really good. These guys can climb. They seem to be straight up the nearest tree as soon as they come into the habitat. This one's off for one now. Just a really unique animal. It's going to be great to be able to make Madagascan areas without just having lemurs in it anymore. Then we've got the Asian water monitors. The model on these is absolutely incredible. They look amazing. A big improvement on the Nile monitor in the base game. Could definitely see myself finding space for these in San Bernardino Zoo. Next up, we've got the red river hogs. These guys are really cute. They're going to be a lot of fun to put in your zoos, great in African areas, and the fur simulation on these guys is insane. I'll show you a close-up in a second, but Frontier have really outdone themselves with these animals. Just the level of detail here, the way the fur sticks out and the fur on their ears, and the physics of it is just absolutely amazing. And finally, we have the sloths. These guys are absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite animal in the pack. The animations are incredible. This one is currently sat in the new tropical house that I've just built for him. I'll put a link to that video on screen now. Check it out and you can see a whole lot more of them. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.